the BMW I8. Elegance, beauty, and with a suggested price of $147,500, it's no cheap entry. And if you were to assume that the electronically controlled top speed of 155 miles an hour was something to sneeze at, you might be mistaken.
Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Rick Smooth, and this is my car, COVID-19. I know you're probably wondering why I call my car COVID-19, and that's another story for another day. But check this out. I'm going to give you some of the most exotic reviews of some of the most expensive exotic vehicles because I have access to all of them. And today, first, I'm going to take you on a journey with me to Miami to review the BMW I8. Man, I'm telling you, y'all got to stay tuned because I'm going to bring a lot to you.
I'm going out with you tonight. Are you close to here? I'm feeling down, I don't know why. No, it's so surreal. Think I want you here. Oh, 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 oh. I don't ask for much, no, I don't need that much, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Though I want your touch, baby, you're so high, stay. I don't mind a little crazy, but baby, you're so high, stay. We don't need to go that fast. I need this night to last. So you are like me, wanna be free like a summer night. I'm feeling down, I don't know why. What an alibi. But I'm glad you're here. Oh, 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 oh. I don't ask for much, no, I don't need that much, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Though I want your touch, baby, you're so high, stay. I don't mind a little crazy, but baby, you're so high.
Good morning. So basically, you know, after landing yesterday in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, you know, we basically just eating and relaxing and just, you know, taking in the scenery and the beautiful weather because we came from Pittsburgh where it was like freezing, you know. So today we gonna get to business. Today's the day we gonna review that BMW I8. But before that, I got to get up, man. I've been being kind of lazy. But I tell you what, I'm definitely gonna hit that gym first. Come out here, take in the scenery. Beautiful Florida, somewhere between Fort Lauderdale and Miami. I can't really tell you exactly where we at, you know, but I gotta hit that gym, man. We was eating like crazy. And I happened to run into Walmart and run into these cookies, man, these coconut Oreo cookies. I probably had like 10 or 15 of them things last night. And I'm a fitness guru, I can't be doing that. Sodium through the roof, eating all types of hamburgers and chicken and, oh man, it's crazy. But you know, it's kind of like a vacation right now, business and vacation at the same time. So guess what? I'm gonna enjoy myself. And make no mistake about it, we out here social distancing, wearing our masks, doing what we supposed to do. When you travel, you got to do it safe. You have to be smart, be intelligent about it. You know what I mean? So we definitely trying to make sure that we do what we need to do to be safe out here. And you know, I think it's a smart thing to travel after the holidays as opposed to traveling while everybody's traveling, like right at Thanksgiving. I don't understand how people was doing that, kind of asking for it. You know, when you traveling and, you know, doing things like that, when you know it's going to be tens of thousands of people out there with you bunched up. But, you know, the airport wasn't crowded at all. The plane wasn't crowded at all because everybody's done traveling. So I tell you what, as you can see down there, we're going to be reviewing that I8 because it's business time. It's time to get down to business. And I'm going to be tearing these streets up, the streets of Miami, in that BMW I8. Let's get it. So these is the cookies I was telling y'all about. These is the devil, yo. But when you blessed like me and you got a big brother / cameraman cooking it up, you get to eat a little healthy and have a bounce back. You get to bounce back with a nice breakfast like this. My big bro ain't no joke. Say hello, bro. That's why he's a little camera shy right now, but you know, we're gonna open him up, but I'm about to enjoy this breakfast. I'll get back.
So what you see behind me is the BMW I8. As promised, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it. We've had it for about a day and a half now, and we're thoroughly enjoying it. However, there's a couple things we don't like about it. For instance, it's a little light on power. But just to tell you about that, the BMW i8 goes from 0 to 60 in about 4.2 seconds. 420 pound-feet of torque, 369 horsepower. It is a BMW, so there's some luxury in there, but it's a little heavy on the luxury and a little too light on the power. But it is a BMW, so that's not surprising. I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about it. Okay, so here we are in the BMW i8. Had to let my brother take the camera back, resume his duties as cameraman for a second so I could tell you guys a little bit more about the car. Let's start with the interior.
The BMW i8 features manual tilt telescoping steering column with rack pinion steering and a leather-wrapped steering wheel. This particular model features black exclusive leather and Napa leather on instrument panel and door linings. Also incorporated is an 8.8-inch BMW Connect Drive system with advanced ID touch controller. Some of the i8 comfort and convenience include heated front seats, heads-up display, and surround view back and front cameras.
Now, as far as the interior is concerned, I'm going to be honest with you. It's nice, you know, but there's a lot of plastic materials, the buttons, a lot of plasticky materials. There's like rubber around the knob. Other than that, I hate the display. The display area leaves a lot to be desired because it's digital. It reminds me of old school, like probably back in even the 80s. I don't like that, but they do have a display up top, which is okay. It's pretty standard. It reminds me of the display that's in the Mazda Miata. It's a lot of plastic around that. And to be honest with you, because this is a BMW, I would expect a lot more. All the buttons are plastic, and I'm kind of a Mercedes guy, so as a result, I'm comparing it to that inadvertently or without realizing it. And in a Mercedes, everything is a lot much more higher quality in their sports cars and in their sedans and regular luxury cars. So that leaves a lot to be desired. And I will admit, this is the first time that I've driven a BMW. And, you know, I guess it's quite an experience for it to be an I8, my first time driving a BMW. So when I look at the materials and the quality of the materials inside in terms of the interior, I'm definitely a little disappointed. But being as though, you know, this is a sports car, we're talking about butterfly doors, this car is more about looks.
The BMW i8 is an absolute stunning masterpiece on every level. When the designers at BMW came up with this design, they absolutely nailed it. With a sleek look that wouldn't be out of place in a sci-fi movie, the BMW hits all the right visual notes with this masterful design, from front to back. With most vehicles that I encounter, there will usually be one or two angles which would be less than flattering for the vehicle's aesthetics, but not with the BMW i8. I tried and couldn't find one angle that this vehicle isn't visually impressive at. With a wheelbase of 110 inches, length of 184.6 inches, and width of 76.5 inches, the BMW i8 is neither too small or too big, and it feels like the perfect size sports car, and it looks the part as well. With a relatively small trunk space and a negligible back seat, there's no denying that the rear end of the BMW is a sight to behold. When you combine all of this beauty, class, and style with the prestigious BMW branding, you get an appeal that screams both success and impeccable taste.
Definitely didn't get in this vehicle expecting to feel the most luxury of luxury in terms of comfort. This car is about looks first, and I would like to say it's about performance, but unfortunately it's not. It has some torque, as I had mentioned earlier, 420 pounds-feet of torque, 369 horsepower. So it's, you know, it's not the toughest kid on the block. And I will say, the BMW i8 has gotten a tough rap. I've looked on YouTube, and a lot of people talk down on this vehicle. But to be completely honest with you, after having this car for a few days, I absolutely love it. And at a couple points, and as my brother can attest, I have actually contemplated buying this car once I get home back to Pittsburgh, because I absolutely love this vehicle. Just, I mean, the attention that you get in it is above and beyond. I mean, everywhere you go, people are looking and staring and pointing and taking pictures, and you know what I mean? So this car is definitely a looker. Not to mention, the butterfly doors is just, at that point, that's just the icing on the cake. That's clutch. Once you flip them doors up, when you park, all eyes is on this vehicle. You know what I mean? And considering the fact that this car doesn't reach the price point of, say, a Lamborghini, it's impressive that you can actually get a used BMW i8 for about between $60,000 and $70,000. So that's pretty impressive. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that the value of this vehicle has dropped dramatically. And I would believe that part of that is a result of the bad rap that the BMW i8 has gotten. And I kind of blame some of the enthusiast car community, because they want every vehicle to be perfect and to be the most powerful vehicle on the block. And technically speaking, because of the lack of power or the power deficiency in the BMW i8, I wouldn't really consider this a supercar. Now, I own a Corvette C7, which is loads more powerful than this, so I immediately noticed it. I also own a BMW coupe, I'm sorry, a Mercedes-Benz coupe. And that's what this reminds me of. When I'm driving this car, I feel like I'm driving a luxury car, like a Mercedes-Benz. I forget what I'm inside of because it feels like a Mercedes-Benz coupe without the higher level of comfort in terms of the suspension. The dampening doesn't feel as high quality as, say, Mercedes, but it still has that overall feeling to me compared to, say, my C7 Corvette. When I'm in my C7 Corvette, I know I'm in a super powerful sports car. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say super powerful because I know a lot of you are like, no, that's not a Lamborghini or anything like that. But I know that I'm in something other than a luxury vehicle or a regular sedan. I know I'm in something hyper powerful compared to the average vehicle. When I'm in this, I actually forget what I'm driving. At no moment in time when I'm driving my Corvette do I forget I'm driving a Corvette. But it's you know, in that respect, it's a little underwhelming. So other than that, I would say that the BMW i8 is definitely a great vehicle. I would recommend it, especially because of the price point on it. But other than that, I would probably say if you're an enthusiast, you might want to get something more powerful if your wallet is fat enough for that. But if your wallet is light and you want something that's stunning and it's going to turn heads, because the average person doesn't know what the difference is between a BMW i8 and a lot of other vehicles in terms of horsepower, torque, and things like that.
That about wraps up my review of the BMW i8. My brother and I had an absolute blast driving this vehicle around the streets of Miami. And all in all, I would recommend it, especially if looks is your thing, because in that department, you will get all the attention you want and more. If power is your thing, then you might want to look somewhere else. But be sure to like and subscribe this video if you want to see more content like this. And trust me when I tell you, we got a lot of beautiful exotic vehicles coming up for you.